Aquarius, it's Romy Wyser here, Intuitive Guide. Welcome to my new YouTube channel. Thank you so much for coming to check me out. If you are Aquarius, Sun, Rising or Moon, this may well resonate for you. If it doesn't, please go ahead and tune into one of the other readings for your Rising and Moon sign. So you can also join me for the extended reading, and I'll pop the link below the video. We will just go a little bit deeper into the narrative and conversation for this month of September 2019. And you'll also receive an accompanying worksheet which will pick out some of the themes that come up in your reading, and then some information to help you with your own self-discovery and spiritual growth based on what comes out for you today, Aquarius. So if you enjoy, please go ahead and drop a comment, like and share the video, and be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future updates. I'm going to be bringing you monthly readings for your star sign. I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera so that you can see the cards for your reading for September. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoy. Let's get started. Hey Aquarius, thanks so much for joining me. Let's go ahead and get started and see what's coming out for you for the month of September. We've just had this beautiful new moon in Virgo on August 30th, which is in your 8th house of transformation. And it just feels like with that Virgo energy, we're wanting to get really intimate with the details of our life. Everything is going under a microscope right now. We are gaining new awareness and an understanding of how we need to change, where we want to bring more intimacy into our life, how we connect and bond. And it really has you in this period of reflection, I feel. Okay, so we're beginning your reading with 7 of Wands, Aquarius. So maybe there's a situation that you feel somewhat challenged in at the moment, and you know, honestly, with that 8th house activity in Virgo, it can be the sense of you really having to wade through sometimes some rather uncomfortable acknowledgements and truths about yourself or about situations that are around you at this time. And, you know, we have Saturn moving direct on the 18th of this month. And that's in your 12th house of endings, healing, closure. So for this last few months, while it's been retrograde, you know, you've had to learn some rather difficult lessons about where you've held on or where you've not allowed closure, or where there's attachments that are impeding your progress. And so now that we're stationing direct with Saturn through this month of September, it is about you being able to overcome and really allow the release, the transformation, and that true sense of that sort of phoenix rising. And for me, I get a beautiful burst of energy that's coming through with that 7 of Wands for you as well. So it's for me highlighting your ability to navigate and overcome anything that's currently in your way or stopping you from being able to really move forward. And you know, in 2019, it just feels like September is finally the kind of transitionary month where we're clearing out a lot of what's come up for us in the eclipse, and now really getting a sense of what this year's been about and what some of the main themes are and how that's going to start to look for the new paths that are coming in. You know, as we move out of Virgo season for you Aquarius into Libra, it's hitting your 9th house of expansion. So this wonderful sense of optimism and renewed focus about how we go and discover uncharted lands, like how we want to change our philosophy, expand our way of thinking, and that sense of travel, you know, not just physically, but the spiritual journey, the emotional journey that you're going on. So for me, we're entering this time in September with a real burst of energy to help you drive through this 8th house activity, really get an understanding by kind of looking under the microscope, but then having the energy and the wherewithal to actually do something about it. And in any situation where you're feeling challenged with other individuals, just being able to find the right strategy and holding your own. Okay, so King of Pentacles coming up, an earth sign, could be Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn that you're dealing with right now, Aquarius. Or somebody that's just feeling really stubborn or fixed in their energy. So maybe because I don't feel this is you particularly, Aquarius. So maybe this is, you know, how you are overcoming a challenge pertaining to this particular individual. And, you know, this is also hitting your security, right? King of Pentacles is really drawing us back to our stability, how we provide for ourselves. And we have a full moon in Pisces on the 14th of September, which is in your second house, ruling finance and personal security. So it would make sense to me that the theme very much for you going through September is about a transformational period of time and how that impacts on your own levels of both emotional security, physical, financial security. So, you know, this King of Pentacles could just represent that. How do I go about making sure I am really transforming the way that I am relating, or what I am doing for myself in order to feel more secure, or to build that sense of stability in my life. And if this is connected to a specific individual, whether that be work or personal relationship, it feels like maybe I'm feeling a little defensive, I will say that, or they're feeling defensive. I feel this is more you feeling a bit defensive though. But knowing that you have to stand your ground with something, and I think that that's really important. Standing your ground is going to show you where you have been able to bring in new boundaries that are going to be so critical, Aquarius, for how you actually move forward, not just through September, but, you know, on this new path and new cycle that's emerging for you, okay? And you know, that 8th house also hits shared resources and finances. So, you know, maybe we are dealing with a financial situation this month of Aquarius, this month of September, Aquarius, where you're really needing to look at how you are dealing with something in order to break free or to change or to transform something. Okay, Empress, so you could be dealing with an Aries energy, cardinal energy coming through very strong. I mean, King of Pentacles and Emperor are also suggestive of, you know, this could be an outside institution, you know, might be dealing with, you know, kind of a business or a banking, or, you know, there's some sort of sense of having to deal with an outside, very controlled, very rigid, very fixed energy. Of course, it could be a husband or father energy that's also coming through. On the kind of positive, you know, we could be looking at the benevolence of the King of Pentacles, you know, and actually an offer being brought through in order to help support your security in some ways. So that could come on quite a benevolent way. But, you know, for some reason I just feel like actually this is more about how you're dealing with issues of power and control and security. But for me, the Emperor does also denote that you will regain control of something, but it is going to take some form of understanding about what you need to change within yourself, or how something that you've been dealing with, or the way that you have always dealt with something, needs to transform. Okay, and that's quite difficult because both of these are really fixed, heavy energies. They don't like change, they like order, they like structure. They both are very dominant, masculine energies, right? And maybe that can just feel overly suffocating for you, Aquarius. So again, that 7 of Wands energy coming through to just help you to rise above, hold your own and stand your ground with regards to a certain situation. Okay, Judgment coming in. So, you know, this is about you finding liberation in a situation, and I think being uncomfortably pushed and cajoled to make that happen. But I feel really good about the opportunity for rebirth that comes from this. So with that ruling Saturn going direct in your 12th house, it is really helping you to conquer something within yourself. That means that you are starting in a new cycle with a tremendous understanding of the themes of power, control, money, how this all relates into the way that you conduct yourself and the decisions and choices that you make, not only in your personal life, in your family life, but also your work, career and purpose. So it's permeating kind of every area, every aspect. You might feel overly judged right now, or come under some scrutiny almost from somewhere, coming in from these overly dominant male energies this month. But again, I just feel, Aquarius, this is about you rising above all of this, looking at it from a more detached, you know, that beautiful elemental air energy that you hold, and being able to kind of take that position and rise above everything, to actually see what the true picture is here and why this is unfolding. And it is very transformational when we're in that 8th house. It does allow us to really go to the depths of things, to see what is going on and why. And it can be uncomfortable for sure, but it is very liberating when we allow the energy to unfold in its natural divine time and order, Aquarius. And remember, okay, I was about to say, we remember we have equinox, and then we bring justice card coming in, okay? So as we move into Libra and equinox on the 23rd of this month, there is a rebalancing taking place here. Maybe for some of you, you're dealing with some legalities, and certainly with, you know, this judgment coming up against it. You know, maybe there is something that you're going through that is going to require some careful navigation. But I think for many of you, this is also just denoting you being able to find more balance and harmony within yourself. You know, having gone through some of these profound changes over the last few weeks and months through that eclipse season, Aquarius, this is now a time when you're really integrating and processing that. And I feel that this energy is really going to be positive for you as we move into Libra and that 9th house activity for you, so that you can actually look at things with a sense of optimism about the future and what your vision is. And maybe there's some tweaks and changes that you might be making. This could be a Libra energy that you're specifically dealing with, Aquarius, okay, as well, where you're making a decision or coming to a choice about a relationship or a situation, whether it's still right for you, whether it makes sense. I will say, if that's the case, Aquarius, make sure that you're not coming up too defensive, and that actually you are taking time to weigh up things in a balanced way. Sometimes that 7 of Wands energy can make us a bit almost slightly aggressive, because we're kind of feel like we're on the back foot, so to speak. But you're not. Just try and remember that. Try and stay in your own energy, stay in your own power and alignment through this month of September. You know what's right for you, but do take the time to weigh up and consider what comes next. Because remember, this is about not moving back into old patterns and old energy. This is about bringing in new boundaries for yourself and new approaches that are going to bring in a better sense of equilibrium within yourself. And that's important. Kind of feel like those scales are weighing in your favor, Aquarius. So if there is a situation that you're waiting for an outcome, I just feel like stand your ground, hold the line with this, because we are moving into absolutely beautiful, okay, this sense of renewal and optimism. And actually, I have this rush of relief that comes through with this Ace of Cups that is showing me that there is the opportunity for this brand new beginning and evolution of you at a very deep personal soul level, where you are learning to bring in a deeper sense of compassion, understanding, kindness, and nurturing support for yourself. And I think all of this activity is probably squeezing it out of you. Like, you've had to be strong, you've had to deal with situations that have really pushed you outside of your comfort zone. But what's coming out of that is this renewed sense of balance and harmony, and an opportunity to start a fresh chapter with yourself first and foremost. Of course, this is also bringing the opportunity for new harmonious connections coming in. If this is a new love connection, maybe it is this Libra energy that you're dealing with, or there's a transformation around this earth sign energy. But it also feels, even if it's connected to personal or work connections and relationships, we're coming in on a much more enlightened, lighter, energy where you're going to feel like you are heard and understood, and you're in an environment with which you can shine. So it just feels important that we're moving out of the heaviness of a lot of what felt like very restrictive, almost slightly suffocating energy, back into this beautiful, I mean, it's cups, so it's water, right? But, you know, with the wings here and all the clouds in the background, we've got that lovely air elemental energy coming in with this card. And it almost feeling like it's bringing you the prize, it's bringing you all the jewels, and all of a sudden you feel maybe even slightly overwhelmed, Aquarius. So, you know, there is this sense of when you're dealing with that 8th house and that 12th house with Saturn moving direct, and even the Pisces full moon, which is quite an emotional, deep moon. And, you know, this is all hitting into your sort of levels of personal security, intimacy, you know, and so these are heavy themes you're working through. And so then when things start to right themselves and balance starts to come back in, you know, can you actually receive? Can you receive that? Are you open and receptive to it? Does it feel overwhelming because you're just, there's an uncertainty about it, or an unsurety, or maybe you're actually just so ready, the relief and the release is actually like feeling quite emotional as well, because I have this rush of overwhelm and emotion, and it's positive as it comes through, but just remember to try to keep your balance and look after your own emotional, physical, mental needs as we're moving through this month of September. Yeah, okay, 2 of Cups energy coming in. So certainly the opportunity to transform or invite in a new connection that is much more unified with what it is that you are looking for. If this is coming in on a work, on a business level, it feels to me that there's much more harmony, optimism, and a sense of alignment. Just be careful not to get too overwhelmed by someone else's energy, I will say that, with all the dominance of these fixed, powerful, restrictive sort of energies with the King of Pentacles and Emperor there. I just want to make sure that you don't lose yourself or get railroaded or pushed into making a decision too quickly if you're not feeling ready for it. For others though, I feel that, you know, if this is a connection coming in on a romantic, on a personal level, it's the liberation and the sense of finally either things getting back on track or being ready to invite in something new. And I feel that that's a very supportive influence that's coming in. But just be careful to make sure you check in with yourself. I think that's what's coming through quite strongly for me in this reading for you, Aquarius, that the decisions and choices that you're making are going to feel like this is about you allowing the growth and the integration of everything that you've learned, and you're doing things better. You're doing things in a way that moving forward you know are then going to be right for you, so you don't make the same mistakes or find yourself in the same kind of situations moving forward, right? Very karmic kind of aspect of things coming in for you this month of September, where I feel you will start to see things getting addressed that have maybe been hanging over you for some time, or you felt slightly unsure and limbo about, and we suddenly have that release of energy. And sometimes when that happens, it can kind of knock us off guard a little bit. Maybe it's been something we've wanted for a long time, and when it finally turns up, we're not sure we're ready to receive it quite yet. Okay, King of Cups. So we could be dealing with a water sign here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And certainly when we're picking up these energies with 2 of Cups, Ace of Cups, you know, for some of you, there's definitely opportunity for new relationships coming in here, and really transforming things. This could be like some big changes coming in for some of you through that second half of September, I feel, Aquarius. I do think though that the journey that I'm seeing that's quite nice is actually that as we're moving from what feels like quite onerous, heavy, difficult, challenging themes, we're moving into a much more balanced, harmonious period, and then that's reflective with much lighter, softer, more loving energies that are coming through. Quite quite interesting here with looking at King of Pentacles, King of Cups, and then this Libra energy right in the beginning. Are you making a decision or a choice between two energies here? You know, if this is about making a decision between two different people or two different maybe job opportunities or something that's coming up, because there's definitely a choice happening here. I think that you're also coming at it from a place of real pragmatism, needing to look at it from what is right for me, for my own personal sense of security, my own well-being, but also what do I need to feel fulfilled? What do I need to feel whole? There's something about that 8th house activity really driving us towards wanting to get closer intimacy and fulfilling our emotional needs in different ways, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and pull some oracle cards just to see how they are reflecting what's coming out for you, Aquarius. Okay, selling out. So where in the past, because I kind of want to link this back. I feel like, where have we been inauthentic, or we've sold ourselves short, we've not been true to actually what we really wanted, we've allowed something to, you know, take hold, and before we knew it, it was like out of control, and then we felt powerless to be able to change it, and it really impacted on our ability to be truly aligned with our values and what we wanted and what we needed for ourselves. So I think this is just a reminder, you know, reflecting what we've picked up in this reading, which is really about, you need to be taking on what you've learned of late and making sure that any choices or decisions that you're going to be taking through this month of September are really reflective of who you want to become and how you see yourself moving into that new vision and what life is going to look like for you and what you want it to look like, rather than slipping back into old energies that just feel really out of alignment with who you now are. Okay. So these moon cards just give us a nice idea of timing with things, as well as linking into moon energies. So interesting. Your commitment is being tested. Okay. So for me, this is first and foremost your commitment to yourself, Aquarius, right? Your commitment to, what do I need to do in order to be truly myself and not feel like I'm just making choices and decisions to keep other people happy, right? It's also a reminder that when things do feel difficult and that pressure is kind of bearing down on us, and we might find ourselves in situations that feel like there's no way through, actually adopting that 7 of Wands energy that is one of, I'm going to stay the course, I'm going to fight for what I believe in, I'm going to do what it takes to see this through, is the energy that's going to be given to you through this month of September. And I think, you know, if we're linking into what's happening in regards to, you know, projects, work situations and relationships, Aquarius, you might well have gone through a period or about to go through something that is really going to test whether this is exactly what you want. And that can be difficult, because then if we do start to get the thoughts and ideas and inspirations that's actually, no, I absolutely don't want this path, or I've found myself halfway down a road that just doesn't feel good, you're still getting the opportunity this month with that justice coming in to rebalance. You know, that equinox energy that comes in on the 23rd is about rebalancing. It's about release, what you want to let go of, so that you can rearrange something in your life in order to, you know, bring in more love and harmony and reignite your desire and passion and love toward what's most important. You know, if this is for those of you that are in relationships, you know, maybe you are going through a period where it has been quite tested and challenging, and now this is the time when you are really given the opportunity to reflect on what it is that you see for yourself in this connection moving forward. Is this something that you want to have as part of that future vision. So, you know, some deep soul searching stuff through Virgo season, but then remember, as we move into Libra and we're coming into that 9th house activity, you're much more clear-minded, right? You're much more energized, and you're feeling that sense of optimism about what's to come. So just don't hang around too long in that looking under the microscope at all the details. It's necessary for a period through this month of September, Aquarius, but there's also a time to fly, to spread your wings and to really make a decision and to stay with it and move forward. Find your sacred flow. Okay. You know, we always come back around with things, right? Our learning is never fully complete. We come back to the same situations time and time again in our lives to see where the growth has taken place, to see what we've learned about ourselves, to then apply things. And, you know, we revisit it to acknowledge that growth and understanding, and also to gain something new from it. There's always a gift in any experience that's mirrored back to us in our lives. And, you know, through all of that challenge, it's about how do you still allow yourself to be able to move forward so you're not getting stagnant and stuck in that energy. I mean, that masculine King of Pentacles, that Emperor energy, it can feel overly restrictive and suffocating if we allow it. But actually, Aquarius, you just have to remind yourself of who you are. The natural essence of your own elemental energy is that beautifully, you know, maverick, not following the crowd. I'll rise above, I'll move into that air elemental energy. I'll use those beautifully creative solutions that come to me in those moments of inspiration where I can see things from a completely different perspective than anyone else and be streets ahead of it. And I'll allow that to kind of pull me forward in this beautiful sacred flow. And I think that this is really embodying what's coming up with the Ace of Cups energy for you as well. This is about, despite how things are playing out, you can still find a sense of harmony and beauty and allow yourself to look toward that vision of the future and move towards it. You know, this is about you finding your sacred power, and the Emperor does denote like regaining control in your life. So if we take on the qualities of that Emperor, we take on the qualities of the King of Pentacles, and we look at what you're releasing under that Pisces full moon with your 2nd house activity. It's like, what is stopping me from taking control of my own stability and my own security? And I think there's going to be some real breakthroughs for you in that instance this month, Aquarius. I'm just going to go ahead and pull a couple of outcome cards here just to see where this is going to take us. Yeah, 5 of Wands. I mean, it does feel that you are being tested somewhat through this month of September. But again, I just have this sense of you rising above it. And actually the contrast, like really forcing you to step up and become the best version of yourself, Aquarius. And maybe not everybody will agree, and maybe you'll have some opposing views or feel like you're in a situation that feels quite competitive or you're up against something. And, you know, I feel like you're going to have to, your thoughts are going to need to be clear and laser sharp and really think on your feet in certain instances. But I think that you're going to thrive on that. I believe that actually what that's going to do is really energize and motivate you. So I quite like that fire energy coming in to support you in some ways, Aquarius. Okay. 3 of Wands. And what does that do? More fire energy. It actually is going to allow you to step up into a role within your life that is much more empowered. It's about you taking that sense of leadership and being able to see yourself in a position that is far more elevated than where you now currently stand, right? If this is in a relationship, this is about you becoming more equal in that relationship. You know, if this is in terms of work situation, there are new opportunities coming in on the horizon. Remember all that lovely 9th house activity coming in under Libra for you, where you are gaining the opportunity to have new life experiences and really stretching your wings with that. And it's testament to all the work that you've done on yourself. So this is the time when you start to see some of those ships coming in, and you start to look on the horizon, and you can get a better idea, an indication of where this is all taking you. So that's quite exciting. Okay, Aquarius, so if this reading has resonated with you, thank you so much. Please go ahead, like and share the video, and make sure you do subscribe to my channel. If you would like to join us on the extended reading, we are going to take this a little bit deeper and see where the narrative goes. It will be about another 20 minutes or so, and I'm going to drop the link just below the video here for you to join me. So I'm going to just go ahead and pull some clarifying cards just so you can get a quick understanding of some of the things that we're going to be talking about in this extended reading. Okay, Three of Swords. So we're clarifying the Seven of Wands with the Three of Swords. So maybe there has been some kind of upset or disappointment, or you're dealing with a heartache situation. Just maybe some old wounds that you're having to really address now in that 8th house activity to be able to let go. And there is a transformation. It could be a Scorpio energy that you're dealing with here, or certainly an ending or an uncomfortable change, but a necessary change to allow that sense of rebirth. And remember, it really is the kind of overarching theme in Virgo season for you when we're in that transformational 8th house time. So I'm just going to clarify the King of Cups, King of Pentacles here. Sorry, 9 of Cups is coming through. So we are looking to move towards something that feels more emotionally sustainable for you. Maybe that King of Pentacles is bringing in something positive. We'll see where that takes us. Let's just go ahead and pull one more there. 5 of Coins. Maybe there's a money situation where you felt left out or wounded or abandoned in some way. Emperor energy, 9 of Swords. Yeah, I do feel quite restrictive actually when I'm kind of linking into that Emperor. So maybe it's an Aries energy, or you're just dealing with, you know, an institution or a really dominant male, masculine energy that's just triggering you in a lot of different ways right now, Aquarius. But there is absolutely liberation to come from that. Maybe there's still this sense of block or limbo or delayed, just not knowing what to do. Very Neptunian influence coming in with a Hanged Man there. Queen of Cups. Okay, could be dealing with a water sign there. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Just go ahead and clarify Judgment card here. The Devil. Okay. So this sense of restriction is weighing quite heavy, but 4 of Coins, it's giving us the opportunity to rebuild something. Queen of Swords. Okay, this could be you, Aquarius, or you might be dealing with a Gemini or a Libra. See how that plays out in the extended. We'll go ahead and clarify Justice card here. 2 of Coins, again the sense of duality and balance coming in for you, choices to make. Maybe feeling split between your heart and your head right now, Aquarius, quite possibly. 10 of Cups. Okay, that's beautiful to clarify our Ace of Cups here. So there's definitely a rush of emotional well-being coming in. Could be a family-related situation that you're dealing with here. Sense of completion around something. Ace of Swords. Okay, interesting. 2 aces coming through there for you. Clarifying the 2 of Cups. Knight of Wands coming in there, Aquarius. Could be a fire sign that's also entering. Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. Certainly bringing in a sense of traveling and movement forward, and maybe some surprise events coming in. Beautiful. New beginnings coming in with that full energy for you. Just go ahead and clarify King of Cups. Okay, 5 of Swords. Interesting. So maybe we're dealing with some disappointment, some unhealthy energy patterns that we now really need to release. Or someone's behavior has maybe triggered us. We feel triggered. Go ahead and pull one more. King of Cups again. Okay, it's definitely a water sign energy, or someone that's got an important part to play through the month of September who's coming in on an emotional frequency there. I'm just going to go ahead and clarify 5 of Wands with the 8 of Wands. Okay, so there's a lot of movement and activity happening toward that end of the month for you, Aquarius. Tower energy. Okay, I quite like that because I think there's going to be a real sense of liberation coming through and just changing everything. You just need this breakthrough. Three of Coins. Clarifying the Three of Wands. What does it bring in? This beautiful sense of rebuilding, creation. You're going to feel really differently toward the end of this month, Aquarius, if you allow these changes. Wonderful. Moving into Empress energy. Also a 3. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. If you'd like to join us on the extended reading, Aquarius, please just join me with the link below the video, and we will look a bit further into this narrative and see what other messages are coming through for you. Thank you so much for tuning in for September. Really look forward to connecting with you again next month. I wish you a wonderful month ahead, and for those of you that are joining me on the extended, I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.